Hi, everyone. Welcome back to The Leadership Effect, and I'm Amy Gray. So, today we're diving into two frameworks and skills that can really transform your leadership approach. They're active listening and the Socratic Method. So, these aren't just tools for communication, they're actually frameworks for deeper understanding, critical thinking, and better problem solving. And they contribute to fostering a culture of trust and growth in your teams. I'll share why the questions you ask as a leader matter just as much as the solutions you offer. And we're going to explore some different types of Socratic questioning that you can start using straight away. So let's start with the active listening, because before you can ask powerful questions, you need to truly listen. Active listening is about fully engaging with the person speaking. You give your undivided attention to them. You avoid interruptions, and you reflect back to ensure you've understood. Research shows that leaders who listen effectively create much stronger bonds with their teams, and they uncover critical insights they might otherwise miss. If you want to dive deeper into the skills and some frameworks on deep active listening, you'll find more of those videos on my YouTube channel. So listening sets the stage for meaningful dialogue. And that's where the Socratic Method comes in. The Socratic Method is more than just asking questions. It's actually about asking the right questions to inspire reflection, uncover assumptions, and challenge perspectives. Here's why it's such a powerful leadership tool. First, it encourages ownership. You see, when team members reflect on their own answers, they're more likely to take ownership of solutions. The second, it fosters critical thinking. Instead of giving direct answers, you're helping your team think deeply about the issue. And third, it uncovers hidden issues. Thoughtful questions can surface underlying problems or assumptions that might otherwise go unnoticed. As a leader, the quality of your questions determines the quality of the solutions your team generates. And that's what makes the Socratic Method so impactful. Now, let's break this down further, because there are different types of Socratic questions, and each are designed for a specific purpose. These questions go beyond surface level dialogue. They actually drive into a deeper level of understanding. So here are a few examples and how you might use them as a leader. Clarifying questions. So these questions help ensure everyone has a shared understanding. Here's an example. Can you explain what you mean by that? Or what are you assuming here? Why is it so powerful? Well, miscommunication often stems from unclear definitions or assumptions, and clarifying questions eliminate that ambiguity. The next are probing assumptions. These uncover the beliefs or assumptions behind a statement. Here's an example. What's the evidence for this assumption? Or how did you arrive at that conclusion? So why it's powerful is that many team conflicts or missteps happen because assumptions go unexamined. So these questions bring those assumptions to light. The next are challenging perspectives. These encourage looking at the problem from different angles. And here's an example. What's an alternative way to think about that? Or perhaps, what might someone with a different role or different perspective say? And this one's powerful because it helps break through tunnel vision, and it fosters a level of creativity and thinking. The next is exploring consequences. These examine the potential outcomes of a decision or action. So an example might be, what would happen if we tried this? Or what are the risks and benefits of this approach? And this is powerful because it ensures the team is thinking long-term and considering unintended consequences. The next are probing evidence. These questions focus on the validity of claims or data. An example might be, how do we know this is true? Or what data supports this idea? And this is powerful because it shifts the conversation from opinion to fact, leading to more informed decisions. Now imagine you're leading a brainstorming session and your team does a new initiative. Instead of simply agreeing or disagreeing, you could use active listening to understand their initial ideas, and then you could use and apply the Socratic questions to refine their thinking. So here's an example. Start with clarifying questions. You might say, can you explain how this initiative aligns with our goals? And then you might move to more probing assumptions. And what assumptions are we making about its success? And then you might use some exploring consequences questions. What could go wrong if we implement this? And finally, you might end with a challenging perspectives question. And how might a competitor view this strategy? So by combining these techniques, you can create a dialogue that is both thoughtful and inclusive and also solution-focused. Using the Socratic method isn't just about solving problems. It's actually about fostering a culture where curiosity and critical thinking thrive. When you make this a habit, when you consistently ask thoughtful questions, your team learns to think more critically. They learn to question assumptions and they approach challenges with a growth mindset. I promise you that over time, if you embed this approach, it improves decision-making and it'll actually strengthen your team's ability to navigate complexity. So here are a few tips to get started. Create psychological safety. Let your team know that questions are about learning, not criticism. Be patient. Allow silence after asking a question. You need to give people time to reflect. Stay neutral. Avoid leading questions that suggest the right answer. Active listening and the Socratic method are tools that every leader should have in their toolkit. They help you move beyond surface-level dialogue. They also foster that deeper thinking. They build a more engaged, reflective team. So here's my challenge for you. At your next team meeting, try using a mix of these Socratic questions. Observe how it changes the quality of the discussion in the team. Let me know what you discover. And I find that leaders who do this well create a little cheat sheet of the questions that they want to be able to ask, and they deliberately practice those questions in their sessions and take time out at the end to reflect on how those questions landed and what those questions created within their team's critical thinking and problem solving. So if you enjoyed this, for more insights, you might check out my full article on this topic on my website. The link is down below underneath this video. And if you found this video valuable, then make sure you subscribe and like and share it with someone else you think might also get some value out of it.